morning. Welcome to MoneyWise, your show that teaches on how you look after your finances, you go about your entrepreneurship journey, and the like. This week, viewers, is a special one. I didn't mention last week. In studio, we have a guest to take us through this lovely journey of entrepreneurship. As I said, this year we'll focus mostly on the entrepreneur to try and find ways and means that we get to teach each other how we go about various aspects in our entrepreneurship journey. I hope the past week has been fruitful to every one of us, and I hope we continue to grow in our entrepreneurship journey. As per tradition, viewers, we will start with a small scripture for the day. This puts us in the mood and it helps us to set the tone for how the show will be. As I mentioned today, we have a guest who will take us through our entrepreneurship journey so that we see how we can learn from them, how they've navigated entrepreneurship and how they continue to grow to become a successful entrepreneur. As it has always been said, viewers, you are free to participate in this show. Importantly today, as we have a guest, you are free to ask them questions. You are free to ask them in any language that you can. We will try by all means, even those languages that we don't understand, to try and answer you and give you the feedback that you need. We realize this is a community show. This is a show that is for everyone. So you are free to participate in any local language that you can. And those that we are able to respond to, we will be able to respond to. And those that we can't, we'll take through your messages and ask people who understand those languages and get back to you in due course. So today's scripture is taken from a thematic experience of entrepreneurial mindset and diligence. And I picked this scripture from Proverbs 22, verse 29. And the scripture goes, do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank. Viewers, how this scripture fits in our discussion of the day is that it perfects when it comes to highlighting excellence. It also goes beyond in highlighting consistency and mastery in business. So as we get into the show, I will introduce my guest just after this little break. When we come back, we get into the discussion. See you after this little break as we get into today's show. See you after this. Welcome back. As I said earlier before we went on to the break, today is a special show, as most shows will be this year. We are showcasing an entrepreneurial journey. As we all know, entrepreneurship is one of, some people would say, a difficult journey to undertake, but some people find joy in it, some people do well in it, and we are also encouraged to join it. As you know, modern living requires us to work very hard to make ends meet. And sometimes we have found that we are in employment or we've got other things to do. But you may also take that how may I put it, that sacrifice, or that you may try out entrepreneurship in short so that you can be able to balance your day's living. Viewers, this show is open to all of you. If you're an entrepreneur out there, you're a corporate institution watching us, you are free to participate on this show by visiting our offices in Woodlands, Lumen TV, or calling the numbers on the screen. We'll be able to discuss and see how we feature you on the show. Coming back to today's show, viewers, today we showcase a lady within Lusaka. Some of you might have seen her on this channel. She's one of us here at Lumen TV, but also she also does some entrepreneurship. We thought as we start this journey of showcasing entrepreneurs on the show, let's start it from home. As they say, charity begins from home. So we feature a lady who you see on these screens on certain shows, but she's also an entrepreneur. Viewers, I would like to introduce Alice Lungu. Alice, it's a pleasure you joined us on MoneyWise. It's been you've been an ardent follower of the show, I must say. I see you posing questions on the show, trying to learn one or two things, and I was prompted, and I had it in my mind to say, as we start the year, I think you would be the best guest. Welcome to MoneyWise.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on MoneyWise.
Pleasure, Alice. And as I said, we're really thankful that you've taken time out of your busy schedule to come and teach us and learn from MoneyWise on how we navigate this entrepreneurial journey. Before we get into the nitty-gritties of the show, who is Alice Lungu?
Okay, wow. I love that question. Okay, Alice is a person that loves God. She's an entrepreneur. She's a TV presenter. I'm sure that people have seen this first here on Lumen TV.
Yeah.
And Alice is also a chef by profession. I'm a Christian, I'm Catholic. And Alice is a person that also loves kids very much. They really put up a smile on my face. And I love music, though I don't have a beautiful voice, but I love music. I love to sing. I love to sing. I think that's pretty much about Alice.
Yeah, viewers, I hope you've gotten one or two things about Alice, our featured entrepreneur guest for this week. And well, she's described herself as an easy, in summary, an easygoing person. So Alice, entrepreneurship, how does it just come into you? From what age do you get into it?
I started business at a very tender age, very, very young. I remember my mom is the one that introduced me into it. You know, it was a situation where ufuna drama za school when you're young. You know, when you're young, you don't understand. My parents kwa me bacho sandalama uona kwa tata bankala nazo daily. So for me, nifuna drama yo dela ku school, nifuna drama yo dela ku school. So my mom was like, she taught me kumpanga my ice blocks. Yes, I think I was about 9 or 10, if I'm not mistaken. 9 or 10. I live, our family house ili mo main road. I live in Kabwata. Mo main road, mo mewenzo pita bantu. Most of the times ngatiwaenda ku hospital, pajawa pita 15, 16. So she taught me to make my ice blocks. Wankala panja nakastu taika pajaniguli. And of course, she would only allow me to do that when I'm not
done homework.
Yes, and I'm not going to school. Mostly it was on weekends. I would sit, and I got used to it because she would tell me, that is your money. I don't want you to be asking. Mwamina uza spending ila siniziva ni vako hivyo bati uzipanga drama yo diela ku school. So eventually at that age I'd disciplined myself to say nifuna nipenge iyi niyogulila ka sugar, iyi niyogulila kaja ka tezo tuitana tuma super sip. Iyi nizaisho nikapanga profit nizavika separate. Iyi nikugula tezo gula tuma sugar topi misa by then. Iyi niyogulila tuma sugar, iyi I would put separate. That's how I started learning. Like, okay, business is like this, Iyi nizadira ku school waika. Apa manje nizo wapanga ma ice blocks yali 10. Then eventually when wafika ko 20, like, okay.
And you had that discipline to what you've made has to go back into business to order your coloring, your flavors and whatever, and then your profit is what you use at that age.
Yes, at that age. That's how I was actually taught. And as I was growing, Nambokula Manje, then we ventured into another business with mom. Would make vitumbua, fritters, nareve. She taught me at a very young age. Even when she's not around, I would do it on behalf of her. That's how she ventured into another business, Manisi Lavij. While going at school in 8th, 9th grade, I would make that when I'm free with her, and just like that. Even apart from that, I would buy little things like to my ribbons, to chape, to my pencils, what I would take to my friends. Go school. It continued even when I was in grade 12. I would do the same.
Just on that, how did you find it easy? Teachers would not tell you to say this, what you do is disturbing.
I was not a disobedient pupil. No, I would do it secretly, just with
break time and stuff.
Yes, break time, and just with people that I could trust, people that were close to me. Just for upkeep. I think I was raised in a way where I should be self-dependent, not every time. Tungona. That's, and it became in me like, if you know empire, maybe pencil. Like, okay, I think I can do something about it. So it became in me. Even when I completed my grade 12, before I went to college, I was in full-time business. Nienda kusalaula na achita voko. Nambopeleka kuli bantu bakuchechi. This is what I'm selling. And panyumba watenga, and like you would get a bag of charcoal and pack in small plastics and say naka poster papa get charcoal for sale.
So from what we're getting, you've never been broke from the age of 9.
No.
There's always been something.
Yes, there's always been something, and I remember even Dad would tell me, Ali, so back on drama, siguleko something, and I would proudly say, oh, I have. I would help out. And it has just always been
that way.
Yes, that way.
Interesting. I mean, I'm in this ecosystem, and I must mention, this is the first time that I'm hearing such a story of how one got into entrepreneurship. It's something that we're trying to encourage, even if you hear now in the new curriculum, entrepreneurship is something they want to include and to start making our children these days to start learning these things at a tender age, because once it gets into you, as it got into you, it's something that is in your blood, in your veins. From a tender age, you understand how the journey goes. So from then on, now we hear from the little background I had, looking at your profile and having interacted with you, I now hear you mainly focused in thrift business.
In thrift business, yes.
Which we for vestiziva thrift business indeed jaitenzo mvera kuti ni kugulisa salaula second hand clothing. Where mukaenda kusoweto, or these days tiona tikapita makomboni mwatakabwata mwenda kumtendere, you see people upamayadi, they put up what they are selling there. This business, you've done it for how long?
I remember getting my first bill. Okay, I would do it first nishitisha mavoko, but getting my first bill, I remember vividly. I think that was in 2016. 2016, yes.
About 10 years ago.
Yes, 2016, yes. By then, what really prompted me to start, you know, I had a dream about it. Like, I was selling second-hand clothes.
The angel Gabriel spoke to you.
You know, it's so funny when I'm sharing, like, really, Alice? Yes, I had a dream about it. Yes, I would sell, like, Vokuma, Muatenga, but getting a belt, it all came in a dream, and I remember sharing with my mom like, lelo inenalota now the bell and nizaenda niode nizaiorder. And I remember asking for some little capital for it, and I went to get it. I got a mixture of ladies and men as Jay-Z. Honestly speaking, that didn't do well.
What month was that? From what I know, thrift business goes with seasons.
Yes, it was during the court season. Yes, okay, it was during. It was in July. I remember vividly. It was in July. It was a bit cold that time. But it didn't, the bill wasn't that good. You know how it is, Salaula. They say,
there are certain where there's good clothing.
Yes, it's risky. It's a risky business.
Someone told me, I read somewhere on Facebook, there's a renowned person in this business, to say they've got an eye. They are able to tell, to say this bell is
not okay.
Oh, this is where there's quality clothing and stuff like that.
By then
is there such a
yes, there is actually. Now I have this experience. After so many years of getting Salaula bells, I now have that experience. At first, I didn't have that.
How is it? Those things are wrapped and nicely.
Yes, there are certain shops where you would get the best, especially where they're coming from. What I mean when I say where they're coming from, the countries where
everyone writes. If I pass there,
UK,
everyone writes UK.
There's UK,
US, and whatever.
Yes, there's China, there's US. So you would actually, I know where I get the best. I don't only sell clothes, I sell bags as well. So I know where I get bags, which country actually has the best handbags, and which country has the best. It depends what I want to get in stock. If I want to get dresses, I know which shop I should go to.
So it's about the shop, not you knowing how they package the bell itself.
It's also with what we call labels. I know that this label is good, and just the way the bell is, with the colors, we are able to tell.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a skill, huh?
We are we are able to tell. I've had that experience.
10 years is quite some.
I've had that experience, so I'm used to it. It hasn't been an easy journey. There are moments where you would get a bill and 50% of it is
it's clothing that,
and you'll be like, oh God, no matter what I get, we forge ahead. It's business.
One thing I learned about the business was I hear there are bills as low as 3,000 kwacha.
Yes.
For those that sell shoes. If you sold just 20 pairs of those shoes, you would have made the capital invested already. Is that true?
Very true. Very,
so there's
very
supernormal profits in this kind of business.
It depends if you're disciplined.
Okay.
There are times... I remember at some point, where you get so overwhelmed because you're making money. We're like, oh, the money is going to come.
After all, I've already made what I bought the bill for.
Yes, the money is going to come, and you start misusing. But if you get disciplined and say, okay, this money should just be for business, and I should be able to differentiate what I'm going to get out of it, you just make plans for it, like, okay, needs to separate your business into separate, and means panga profit into separate, and I mean, okay, I want to do something with it.
With thrift business, it's some sort of a long-term kind of a business. That bell, if you bought it today, sometime it can even go maybe in the second half of the year, August, September.
There are times when those things vasala. I would get that and take them to my fans who are Chinjana Miris.
Okay. Oh, so there is that kind of working. But you would have already made your...
Yes.
Okay. Those that are not good-looking clothes, they're the ones you exchange with other things. Tell me, with the 10-year journey in this business, what has been your biggest learning about thrift business?
Like, you really need to be somebody that is very determined and focused, and you have to be a risk taker. If you're not, then it can't be for you.
Okay. What do you feel you need to learn to do it better?
To do it,
what I mean is, maybe that's general. Everyone is in thrift business. How do you differentiate? How do you make your thrift business? Because as you are aware, entrepreneurship and to make money is not to do what everyone is doing. It will work for you. All of us get in there. I can give you an example of these chain stores, our supermarkets. You see a lot of supermarkets that have sprung up in the last decade or so in this country. But you see that all of them are surviving, and every one of them has got a different way of how they do things. Now, in thrift business, what do you think would make you stand out?
I think being different, there are moments where one would say, simply because Alice is doing a thrift business, then I would eventually go into it as well. I also, at some point, I also had that mentality to say, okay, just because that person is selling vovala, then nine ningakwanise. There are people who are like that, where I say, oh, they would say, she's doing that, nine ningakwanise. Do that out of determination, out of love, out of understanding where you're selling. Is it a right place to do that? And just find out the marketing place. Is it okay for your business? Not simply because somebody is doing that, you end up losing it. Just survey before you do anything. Is it the correct business to do at that particular moment? What kind of customers are you surrounded with? Like, okay, for me, at first, yes, I was doing it. It's for the sake of doing it. But eventually, I began to understand that this is what I can actually do. And I began to see the marketing area, like the type of customers that are there. And not only that, how can I also engage people, not only that are around me, that are also far away from me? And for how long can this business take me? I would actually think in that way as well. So I would say, for me, I'd actually thought of it not only at that particular time, but also the future ahead of me. Because the thrift business is something that I also consider to say, this is what people around me would actually afford. People would say at Salaula, ndiwe weka kuzangala kulbe mtu inangwa mnanga chivale nikagula chapa Salaula.
It's authentic.
Yes, and why I also ventured into selling bags. Most of the times, people would say, mabagi hapa Salaula niyokosa. So I was like, okay, let me also be doing this. And my bags are ankala. Olo sininagulise I season, I can pack them and nikaona mana waskulu wambosegulila and or
you take them back to the shelf.
I think I would put it in that in that way, where you think ahead, where you also see the future. And just seeing people around you.
You've spoken so much about the future. In business, we go in with a direction.
With a direction, yes.
To say, if any business, if you run a business, you project, say in the next 3 years, this business, if I started home, I'll need to have 2, 3, 4 stores around Lusaka, in North Mid, in Matero, in Challenge. What was it just to make money for you to survive? Or when you got this is taking you back 10 years. Or maybe at the time because you are just starting, you are not so entrepreneurial. Obviously, over time, including today as we leave this show, you probably would think in those lines. What did you dream? Was it just to be a roadside store for the next 10, 15 years?
No. I remember when I began, before I could actually get my bill, you know, let me take the viewers back on how one would also start a business. People would probably think, nifunika ndrama zambili kuyamba business. I at some point I also had that mentality. Nifunika drama, maybe 1,000. Believe me, I started with a 70 kwacha.
Viewers, you've heard that.
I started with a 70 kwacha.
70. And that's kwacha. Just 10 years ago. It
no,
wasn't
75.
75. Less than 100 kwacha.
Yes. 75 kwacha. That's the money that I had. I remember going Kukamala. I had walked. I said, I'll get on a bus when coming
Alice,
back.
don't take us this side. The question, I'm just taking you a bit back in terms of the vision for your business.
Yes, I was actually getting into that. Where I started, in order for me to have that vision.
Or to dream, to say, okay,
yes,
to grow to
yes,
that. Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
So you're taking us in a way that you would go with a 70 kwacha.
Yes.
That's
where the vision actually came from. People would think for you to start a business, you need to have a huge capital. So I started with a small vision, like a little capital.
So the capital boosted you to have a bigger store?
Yes. Okay. With only a 75 kwacha. And that 5 kwacha which I'd used to get on a bus.
Oh, that is part of the initial setup cost.
Yes. Because I do count everything that I spend on starting a business.
As a proper business person,
yes. So for me, my vision was just little. I'd said to myself, with this 75 kwacha, it needs to get me somewhere. And I remember going into Kamala, going just to get a box of nail polish, which was about 25 kwacha by then, and there were 12 in them. And I remember getting lipstick, which was also about 20 kwacha. There were also 12 in them. And I came back, started selling them to my friends, 10 kwacha each. And I had the one something. By 2, it was about 2 something.
So from what I'm getting, Alice, the vision then was to double whatever little money was there.
Yes.
Do you feel, from what you envisioned, you've reached
not yet
where you need to be in business?
No. I'm still pushing. I'm not yet there.
You would want to continue with thrift business?
Yes.
Or any other business?
Yes. You know me, I would say in Bomba 99 jobs. Bomba 99 jobs. Apart from I've had this vision of I would still want to continue.
Or maybe I'm confusing you. Let me put it this way. In your entrepreneurial life, how much would you like to make?
I would love to make thousands and thousands of money.
Just give us a figure. Is it 100,000? Is it 2 million? Is it what?
I would love to make more than 100,000 of
100,000
plus.
That would make you feel you've reached in business.
Yes. At the moment, I've not.
Okay.
I'm
Viewers,
still growing.
Alice, let's take a breather. The conversation is getting very interesting. Viewers, we are featuring Alice Dungu here. We're getting to learn her entrepreneurial journey. We've so far heard how she started from very, very humble beginnings as a little girl in school. She would sell fritters. She would sell ice blocks then she moved on. She went into what else? Nail polish, lipsticks, and whatever. And now she's into thrift business. The sky is the limit for her. She would want to grow this business to a point that she can never imagine. We will come back after the break to continue this lovely discussion. I feel like time is moving so fast and we are learning so much from her. You can also participate. Please feel free to call us on the numbers on the screen so that you learn one or two things from my guest this morning. You can also text us on our page on Lumen TV Facebook page, and we'll be able to respond. You can also call in live in studio on the numbers that are on the screen. Otherwise, we're having an interesting chat to learn about how small beginnings can bring us to something that is big. We're also learning to say a small dream can take you to something that is very big. See you after the break. Okay, thank you. Welcome back. We went on a short break. Today we're having an interview with an entrepreneur in Lusaka. As I said at the beginning of the show, some of you might have seen her on our platform here on Lumen TV. She hosts a number of shows and she's also an entrepreneur in the thrift business. Before the break, we were learning quite a lot on how she got into this entrepreneurial journey and where she is at the moment. We've also learned of how she envisions or wants to take her business. We continue on that front, viewers. Alice, I did not finish on the element of where do we want to take this business. I loosely asked in terms of monetary terms, but I would want to know. Just, business is holistic. It's about operations. It's about what else do we do to continue being in business. From what I got before we went on the little break was, I think your speciality is, or what you do well. Business is about passion.
Yes, it's about passion.
Yes, and I think what you like is.
You have to be a strong person.
Yes, but what
Determined.
you like, no, I mean in terms of what you want to offer to the market. Yours is about grooming. I think the well-being of us people who buy from you. You've also mentioned of being a chef and being into that business also at some point. Continuing on your journey of business, you've mentioned of being resilient and being. It's not something that one jumps in without passion because A is doing it. I also feel I can do it. What would you say, or what from your experience, what would you say are things that you've picked along the way that make us fail? As you have heard or read, or some of us who are in this field, what we learn is about over 90% of small businesses that will register or start in this country within the first year, they fall off. They can't continue. What would you say is I'm sure you've been through those moments.
I have, and I remember at some point even thinking of maybe this business thing is not really for me because of some of hiccups that I had faced, you would engage some people in your business, you think they will actually help you out, especially people that are close to us. You think, let me try to involve this person in this business. They'll probably help me out with my business, but not knowing they'll actually drain you. What I mean exactly is that you would probably want to do business with people being partners, and you engage them not knowing
their way of doing things.
Their way, like you don't think in the same line. What you want is not really what
they would want.
Yes. And the other thing is unkongole, like you would
giving
sell
on credit.
Yes, giving on credit. Like, okay, that really at some point almost drained my business. You would think, you're doing it a favor, especially most of the times. Even business people out there would second me. Most of the times, people that really draw us back are people that are close to us. You would think, nabwela Alice nabotenga koichi, I promise I will pay by month end. And believe me, once you start asking for your money, you become the bad person.
Yeah.
They'll paint you blue-black. They will say, Alice is evil.
Yeah.
But I'm asking for my money.
Yes, and you are in business, you need to...
Nikagwa futhi mzamba seka titenzo ziva baja kubbe kwa mene wanga ende. I think I've taught myself to say, okay, business yankongole kulibbe kwa mene and I have learned one or two things. So if you are getting something on credit, I've told myself,
But your line of business, most of us will operate in that manner. Say, give me, I'll give you per month.
Yeah, it hasn't really favored me because I've had
are you maybe not that strong person to fight and push people to pay you back?
I tell you once, 2 times, 3 times.
Then it gets to you.
It gets to me. I'm like, okay, you don't want to give me my money. Okay.
Just be.
Yeah. You can have it.
But that's not good for business.
That's not good for business. Yes, that's the reason why maybe it's my personality. I'm more I don't know. It's my personality. I'm not going to tell you today. I tell you this. You don't do it. I tell you the second time. I tell you the third time. Like tizingo tintana. I would rather not give on credit. It doesn't work for me. Yeah. It has never worked for me. Because people, they say I'm on a softer side, so they take advantage. So in order for me not to lose out, I would rather sell my...
In the business world in Zambia, male or female, who inspires?
Wow. The one who's loyalty, the one who owns Loyalty Makeup.
Oh, that lady.
Yes.
The one we've been seeing on the
yes,
show, social.
I've actually noticed with her, she's ventured into different types of business, and I'm really inspired. I hope one day I can meet and just have a chat with her. Okay. Yes, I do follow her.
On her page.
Yes, she's really inspired me.
Okay. This is the point I was asking earlier, where I asked you to say in terms of growth, because business has, now you've given your answer yourself. Business is about scaling, what they call scaling, advancing and seeing to say they have opened this, they have opened that. We've gotten back to that. This is where I asked to say, what is your idea, or what would you want to see? Would you want to go in that entrepreneur's line of how she's done things? Today you open this, tomorrow you've opened that.
Believe me, given that opportunity, this is the Alice that thinks like that. I'm more comfortable doing a lot of things. I would also take you back to say I have done a lot of things, and I am not ashamed. I am where I am today because of the things that I have done. And most of the times, I would say, as ladies, especially when you've got paper, we usually fold our hands to say, until me, I will not do this. Maybe wazani onelamo. No. It will not take you anywhere. Humble beginning is very, very important. I've told myself, right here, I'm not comfortable where I am. I want to see myself employing people. opening different stores. I know.
In line with the thrift business? Okay.
Yes, yes, in line with the thrift business. And I also, I've done food business before, and it's not something that I'm going to just sit on it. In future, yes, I would want it to come back. In future, yes, food business, I would also want to venture into it. I remember starting, and I used to say this, that evening nizakayamba business, and people would laugh. But I knew myself to say, okay, at chimtengo swamambira kukwera pa pakati bamambira kukwera pants. I would say it here, and people would think, really? But I know myself. Eventually, with time, who knows? In 5 years' time, God willing, of course, Alice will be somewhere else. In terms of her business, Alice is not just going to wait until month end. No.
Here's a good question that I'll ask even the viewer entrepreneurs there who would give us answers, obviously, by they may call in or drop a message on our Facebook page. Those that have heard the story of Alice today, $1 million kwacha drops, boom. A venture capitalist comes from somewhere and says, Alice, I want to invest in you. What would you invest in?
I would definitely invest in.
I know it's a quick thought. Obviously, yes. You'd say, no, I need to think. But no, as an entrepreneur,
it just can't.
You already know to say,
have.
If I had this much,
sometimes in
so you already have something.
I already
it's what the viewers and I want to hear.
You know, it's definitely you go for something that you're so passionate about. You go for something that you love. So
$1 million you would go into
I would go into I would go into food business. I would go, of course, into clothes. Maybe I would continue with the thrift business and getting into
it's $1 million kwacha.
Yes.
What exactly do you do in thrift?
I'm getting to there. Even other brand new clothes. This is an opportunity. Yes, this is an opportunity that has been given to me. Okay, let me venture into. I'm into clothes. It's like this is something that I love. I love people see looking good. Okay, let me venture into it. I go into that direction, and I also go into the food business because this is something that I do so passionately about. And the other thing that I also want to learn is events planning.
So those 3 businesses are the ones you
because this is something that I can do with all my heart, so passionate about.
Like decorating stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So you already have a plan to say once the capital is rolled out, this is the direction that I would want to take. Now, with a lot of money, like it says, or everything that scales or grows, there are challenges. Have you gotten to a point that you can manage multiple businesses? You spoke of that entrepreneur that you are inspired by. Would want to feature her one day and find out just how she maneuvers doing very different things at a go. Do you have the capability? Because running multiple businesses, it's something personally I've tried, and I could see you fail somewhere because the time won't allow you, and as you are aware, to succeed in entrepreneurship, you need to be hands-on. Is it something that
I think with the nature of my job and
added with work also?
Yes. Having too much at hand also, unless if you were to go into it fully, like for her, she had to quit her job in order for her to just venture into business. I would rather, because I love what I do. I love my job very, very much. This is something that
you're passionate about.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So I would rather do something that I can actually handle.
Okay.
Even when I know my presence is not there, that I'm able to take care of it. Yes.
And in you, we learn entrepreneurship is something you've grown up with. Much as you love your job, I think it's something that you also have grown up with, and I don't think it's something you can just completely relinquish like that.
For me, just staying without doing anything, what I mean without doing anything, I mean a business, I don't think I can manage, because I'm used to doing this and that, selling this and that, like, because I've done a lot of things.
What is the one thing that you can tell our viewers out there, those not yet in entrepreneurship, or those that are already in entrepreneurship but have to juggle, like in your case where you've got a full-time job plus you need to run a business? What would you advise to say to make both
balance
things work?
Okay.
This is the balance you need.
Okay. I think my encouragement is that remain focused and just be determined with what you want at the end of the day. Be able to balance the two things. When you love something, nobody will be able to force you to do it, because you're doing it wholeheartedly. It's coming from deep down of your heart. You're passionate about it. And if you're able to balance the two things, go ahead and do it. There is nothing that can stop you, because you're doing something that you love. And believe me, once you do something that you love, it will go out well. So as a business person, or maybe as somebody who is in a full-time employment and doing both things, just continue to focus on both. There is nothing impossible when you're determined. It's all about yes, determination. It's all about being passionate about it. Yes.
Viewers, as we keep saying, I can see the viewership is okay. You are watching us on Lumen TV. Today we feature Ms. Alice Lung, an entrepreneur within Lusaka, who we've been discussing with the last 50 minutes or so about her entrepreneurial journey. She has told us she started business at a very tender age. She continues to run business, juggling in between with work. You are free to ask us questions. You are free to call in. You are free to participate on this show also as an entrepreneur in the coming weeks, to come and also showcase. We learn from each other on how you've gone through this entrepreneurial journey. We've had an interesting discussion here, getting to know Ms. Alice Lungu, what drove her to get into business, what is her growth plan, where does she want to see herself with her business. Remember, small businesses are the future, and this is what helps us to grow this economy. We've heard here she's passionate about clothing, about food business. You also can come onto this show and also share your passion, so that out there together we can be able to learn one or two things on how we all grow as a country in this entrepreneurship journey. So Alice, as we conclude, I know I already asked you on how you can encourage someone else out there. I think it takes me back again to this question I keep having in my mind, because in the environment I operate in, mostly it's about I'm passionate about seeing small businesses grow and get to another level. I think you've heard in most of this conversation, the question has been mostly centered around how do we grow, how do we change this, how does that change that. What? I know I asked this in a certain way, but I think now in culmination, when everything is done, you are a granny, you are an old woman now. What? I know then you don't have so much energy. Or what mark would you want the entrepreneurial environment in Zambia to remember Alice Lungu, to say, how did she change the entrepreneurial space in this country?
Wow. Oh, wow.
You've mentioned of your icon today, that person you look up to. We've got something to point at. Huh? So, you know, she opened an event center somewhere there. She did this, she did that. At least something of that sort.
I think I want to be remembered as an entrepreneur that was focused on what she had, what she was selling. You know, I don't want to be. Okay, in short, I want to be remembered as a person that was very determined about what she was doing in terms of her business. Like, you are so focused on that particular business such that when people come to your store or know about you, they know that she was so passionate about her business, about her clothing business, about her food business, where you open like the brand really grows.
I was almost saying that, to say you would want to leave a mark, like certain
like a brand.
food stores we know around, to say that was opened by Alice Lungu, Zambia.
Zambian, and how she started. Like, she started small, and it grew. Maybe leaving that legacy would be important.
It's something that
yes,
even when the Lord says, okay, your time is up, you go and sleep peacefully to say, I left a mark.
I left a mark. Yes. And maybe just another word of encouragement to especially the young ones, the youths out there, is that I know I'd mentioned this earlier. Just never be ashamed of what you do. Never be ashamed of just the humble beginning.
The Savannah we could take kind
of. Yes. You don't know where that thing will eventually take you. I must say, you will see Alice on TV, and you will see Alice selling her clothes home. You will see Alice taking her clothes, selling them at the market. I am not ashamed of what I do. At the end of the day, I know what I want for my future. You will see, my Salaula clothes, if Sivinaende, I do get, when I have time, I do get my Salaula clothes and go and sell them Kuja Kuchawama market. And you'll see me in my chitenge, seated down there.
Put them on a mat somewhere, people are picking.
Yes, and I remember somebody telling me, mani somo wamila, mani ni wantu wabonjo wamila. I do that, and I'm not ashamed, because at the end of the day, I know what I want. You will see me ni packing anamalasha. You will see me ni panja pageta making fritters. Yes, that is the kind of person that Alice is, because at the end of the day, I want something to boost my business. This is how I boost my business. In small things. I know, because I've read stories of different entrepreneurs that have actually grown, and they've inspired me. Most of them, when you hear the story, they started small.
Alice, it's just that time is our best enemy right now. It's been a pleasure hosting you on MoneyWise. We hope to bring you back soon. We'll give you a bit of breathing space. Obviously, when you come back again, you come and tell our viewers the nice success stories, or we may come to your store. As you've heard this year, we will be visiting even stores to see what really happens, so that our viewers can see, to say entrepreneurs that we bring here are actually doing what they say they're doing. Today's show, viewers, has been about humble beginnings, humility itself, passion, drive, and growth. These are the little ingredients that will drive any entrepreneur out there. As I always say on this show, growth is about ourselves. I'm sure everyone who has been watching, you've learned a thing or two. If you still have got questions about what Alice has highlighted about her business, her passion, what she's gone through, you can still continue to send those messages. This show was streamed live on our Facebook page. You can drop your messages on that show, which is live right now, but it will be still be there on our page for the next coming weeks or so. You can still drop your message there. We'll still read it and be able to respond to you. You can also call these numbers that are on the screen. Or if you want Alice to motivate you or know what she does privately, you can still contact us, and we will link her to you. Otherwise, for today's show, we end here. An earnestly to anyone who would want to feature like Alice, whether in studio or we come to your premises, I have highlighted how you become a part of this show. You can contact us, and then we'll be able to discuss with you and be able to see how we feature you on this show. I leave you with, as I always do every week, today I'll ask my guest to leave you with a tip for the week. Alice, what are you telling our viewers?
Follow what you love, and with God there is nothing impossible. Put God first in everything that you do.
Okay, thank you, and see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.